right, let me be honest, the title gives it away, but let me give a shot at giving it a decent intro anyways. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are a couple of key characters within The Sims lore that we all recognize as being iconic. I mean, there's the Crumple Bottoms, there's also the Land Grabs, and of course there is the Goths. And in The Sims 2, there was a sub-neighborhood called Belladonna Cove. I believe it came with the Apartments expansion pack. And in The Sims 2, it was dedicated to the one and only Bella Goth. She even had a huge statue there and everything. And today I would like to introduce you to Belladonna Valley, the land between the Blue Water Village suburban neighborhood and Three Lakes, the Three Lakes mountain range there. So, so yes, introducing Belladonna Valley here. This is the area where you'll be able to get into your rural playstyles. So if you're looking to start your own kind of farms or live out through that kind of rural playstyles, this is the place where you want to be. That is, again, Belladonna Valley. I almost called it the wrong thing there. Anyways, for those of you just joining me in this series, my name is Michael, and I want to welcome you to Sovereign Gaming in Life Sims, the YouTube channel where I build worlds, lots, and share my thoughts on video games in the life simulation gaming space. And today we are back in the Sim City project that I started, I guess, a couple of months at this point. And we're back, and we are going to build Belladonna. Well, we're going to paint the textures for Belladonna Valley here. And when I was doing some research in Belladonna Cove from The Sims 2, it looks like the neighborhood was indeed named after Bella Goth, and it very much paid homage to her. And so I want to do the same here. Not that I'm obsessed with Bella Goth or anything. I'm definitely not. And when I say it out loud, it makes it even more suspicious. But I'm honestly not. I just want to pay proper tribute to one of the key iconic characters of the series, and something that people have really enjoyed when it comes to the lore. So I'm more than happy to kind of name something after her as well. So this is the neighborhood. Welcome again to Belladonna Valley. Like I mentioned in the last episode, there is a little plateau there. It just kind of looks awkward when it's set up against the mountains like that. But that is the area that I am designating towards like a Magic Town build. And again, Magic Town is going to be different. It's going to be interpreting Magic Town as it is today in the Sims world and in the Sims lore, and how it's changed, or maybe how it's stayed the same. More will be revealed on that when I actually get to do the lot builds, which I am hoping to be very soon. At the time I am recording this, and this will give you an idea as to how far in advance I record, I'm recording this on October the 4th. So this episode won't release until the beginning of November, if I have done my calculations properly and I haven't had to adjust anything. So that's how far in advance these episodes are made. And I wanted to mention that because as the channel grows and as the channel kind of changes, and as this project continues to evolve, I am predicting that I'll be able to get this world exported into The Sims 3, and that's when I'll start doing some lot builds. And so lot building will certainly be something that I will continue to do during my time on YouTube here. And so you might see some lots getting built alongside the Create a World series here that I got going on, where I'm showing you how that world is coming to be. I'm just saying that just that you aren't surprised that there are two different timelines kind of working on my YouTube channel. So yeah, that is kind of the thought process with that, because I don't want to really I want to get started on the lot builds as soon as possible. And at the time right now of recording this, like I think I've just done one more episode after this at this time, and I'm having a lot of fun playing in Create a World, but I really need to actually get into lot building and all that, because there's a lot of lots to actually build upon. Like there's over 180 lots in here, and I think it ends up being like 200 lots at the end of the thing. So assuming I can get my world exported, which I'm not even sure at this point, what will happen with that, or what kind of tomfoolery I'll have to face. But assuming I can get my world exported, I just want to start lot building right away. So yeah, if you're seeing two different series kind of occur at the same time but on different timelines, that's kind of what's happening here. I just don't want to cheat you guys out of any speed builds or anything of the sort, so I just wanted to kind of mention that and let you know that that was something that was intentional, and I do apologize for breaking the fourth wall a little bit here. But yeah, that's something I wanted to share with you guys, just so that you aren't surprised and so that you understand where I'm coming from and the content I want to offer you with Sovereign Gaming in Life Sims. You know, when I was painting the mountains at the Three Lakes mountain region area in the map, well, I'm kind of running into the same sort of doubts here. I'm just like painting away, doing all the rocks and all that, and it just kind of feels, well, it just feels like I don't know what I'm doing. And I would say that it probably translates that way as well on screen, especially when it comes to the mountains and such. And, you know, the thing is that when I was doing the Three Lakes mountain region, I actually really liked the way that those mountains turned out after I added in all the trees and such. So I'm trying my hardest not to doubt myself when doing this, when working with mountains, and well, it doesn't really work. I can tell you right now that while I was actually painting it, I was just kind of questioning whether it actually looked good, whether it will look good, etc., etc. So yeah, there is certainly that going on here, and I think it'll turn out fine. I mean, the biggest thing is just that the mountains really came alive when I started putting in the trees in the Three Lakes region, so this will turn out fine as well. I'm sure of it. But earlier I was painting that dry grass texture on for Magic Town. I believe I mentioned it in the last episode, and unfortunately we don't get to do any vegetation this episode because it's just all about painting the rest of the world essentially. But yeah, that was intentional for the drier grass texture because I do want it to be a little more yellower. I want it to actually feel like a very much a different location when you get to the Magic Town neighborhood, I guess. And yeah, I plan to put a lot of autumn foliage and autumn trees within the Magic Town area just to depict that it is considered like autumn there 24/7, and there'll be like a magical reason behind that that's going to be explained in one of the lot's lore pieces there. It will be with the Fairy Arboretum, just kind of saying that the magic there is made it autumn all year long kind of thing. But yeah, that was a little long-winded way of saying that it was intentional, and I am hoping that the fall foliage trees and all of that really picks up on that drier grass texture. I wanted it to be more yellowy on purpose, and it was more yellow. It had more yellow tones to it than the standard texture there. So there is quite a bit of autumn trees in the Create a World. In the Create a World, I guess, build mode. In the Create a World objects is what I really mean to say. And those autumn trees are actually really beautiful. Like, I contemplated putting some of them in the Blue Water Village suburb neighborhood, but then I detracted from it just because I wanted Blue Water Village to be more of an extension of SimCity, the urban core of SimCity, and I really wanted the Magic Town build to be more of a special place with a special quirk to it. And in this case, that quirk is going to be looking like it's autumn all year long. So yeah, that was really the reasoning behind painting it that different drier grass texture there. I also wanted to taper off on using the rocky textures for the mountains towards the northern parts of the map, so just like away from that Three Lakes region there, just because I wanted the Three Lakes region and the adjacent Belladonna Valley portion of it to be a lot more rocky and mountainous. So there's a couple of like snow-capped mountains on the Belladonna Valley side of the southern part of Belladonna Valley. So there's a couple of white-capped mountains there, which is nice. I thought that they added a nice touch and also balance to the map as well, since those pops of white are very apparent. Anyways, I wanted to taper away from the rockier textures and just kind of have it more like sparse throughout the northern parts of the region. I wanted it to still feel like there's rolling hills and some sharper hills and all that, more cliffs that are really grass covered hills, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I just tried to taper it off, make it a little less mountainous, or feel a little less mountainous, even though there is significant topography within the region as well. And yeah, that was really a big idea there, was just to make it a lot more grassier towards the north. And in that northern part of Belladonna Valley there is going to be significant beach play. So there's going to be even a secret beach, which won't be so secret because you can't keep anything secret on in Create a World. And this will also be another verbal reminder for myself to add in some dive lots. So again, when it comes to the dive lots, it'll probably be like within this side of the map. I'll probably just place down a couple of 64 by 64 lots and, you know, import it in from the Island Paradise world and just call it a day, and hope to the heavens that I can actually just save a lot and then just import it directly without having to fudge around with anything there. So yeah, I might have to end up commissioning someone to build me a dive lot. So it's a good problem to have. So yeah, verbal reminder for myself, make sure you get the dive lots in before I export the world. And by the time you guys get this video, I might have already exported it. So now that I've said it out loud, hopefully I'll retain it a little better. Moving forward in this series, like today we're just all about painting the terrain, and really I get most of it done, and towards the end here, like I just get really sick of doing with the water, so I just call it quits. Like this is a longer episode anyways, just with all the terrain painting that I end up doing. It's more tedious work than anything else, but it's also very necessary work, and at this point it just really helped to make the SimCity world map come together. And for the next couple of episodes, like we're really going to start moving more into the detailing, but I'll let you know when those detailing episodes are next. But I don't consider like a base tree layover, a base tree plopping detail work. Like I did some, like I plopped a bunch of trees, like you know how in the Three Lakes mountain region I plopped those evergreen trees and deciduous trees within the mountain range, and it just made everything look awesome. I don't actually consider that detail work. I consider that just like painting it with I guess I'm going to use the City Skylines term. I consider that like just painting it over with a forest brush. Like I'm not making anything special there. I'm just putting in trees, calling it a day, and moving on. And that's kind of what's next with the Belladonna Valley here. Is just that I'm going to be after I do the road work, because there is a bit of road work surprisingly, and also finish up with the terrain painting. I'm going to move into just doing like a base layer of trees, and after I do that base layer of trees, that's when I'm going to really move into the actual detailing episodes. And I think that just to kind of give myself a break from all of the Belladonna Valley detailing and all that, I'm going to start with the ocean water and doing the detailing there and getting the ocean water to look correct, because we all know that it's painted blue underneath, but it's not really that detailed, and it's not exactly looking as nice as it could be. And that's really where the height differences will make a huge difference, and it'll be the easier part of the detailing because I really only have to add in some coral bits here and there. I'm gonna save that for when you guys actually see it. But yeah, I'm excited for these detailing episodes coming up, and yeah, for now, like Belladonna Valley is just turning out to be spectacular. At this point in the build, like I just really needed to step away from all the texture painting, because I literally painted the rest of the SimCity world there. And you know, I just, yeah, so I apologize for like not completing the water, but I just really couldn't hear myself do one more mouse click on that thing. And like I keep mentioning, not all textures are made equal. Like some you really have to fidget around in order to get them to work properly and to look properly and all that. And I do promise to like go back and really look at my textures again for the detailing episodes that are literally on the horizon at this point. Like I think I just have to do one more episode record, and then I'm into the detailing episodes, which is something that I've really needed to do. And now that I have all of the big ideas and the big picture stuff put into place, I can go in and actually just give it some extra finesse here and there. Now, before you get excited and thinking that this will be a world that'll knock your socks off, let me kindly ask you to lower your expectations when it comes to detailing and such. My taste in anything visual, I kindly describe as questionable at some points. And at other points, I think that when I hit something on the mark, like it's a bullseye, but when I miss, it's like completely off or it feels off. Magic Town might be one of those. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to allow this world to just kind of come about and to come into its own. Speaking of which, like, I will talk a little more about the functions that I really hope to introduce into Belladonna Valley. So I've talked about rural play before, and spoilers ahead, I put in quite a bit of 64 by 64 lots for the ground level so that you can have several farms if you want. I even placed some more 64 by 64 lots on a hillside in the next upcoming episode, if I remember correctly, to depict vineyards if you so chose to do that kind of playstyle. I know I will, and as much as I hate to take away a feature from World Adventures, because I do value all expansion pack features, vineyards just kind of feel right to me, and it's something that I actually want to do in here. So I figured, why not drop 3 of those 64 by 64 lots and make vineyards happen. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of different gameplay out in Belladonna Valley and in the Three Lakes Mountain region that I think that players are going to really enjoy and have the option to enjoy as well. And also, I'm going to be adding a marina in the northern end as well, and I'll show you how that comes about in the next episode. But for now, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of the comments and feedback that you guys have been giving me so far. It really does mean a lot to me at this time. And it really helps me to just kind of keep going with this and to keep working on this and to just, make this world better. And, make the Sims 3 SimCity world better. I don't know if I'm actually making the world better with this kind of content, but yeah, that's I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support and love that you guys have given me. I really do appreciate it. Well, that about does it for this episode. If the tours aren't already playing, please stick around for the tours. It is actually really starting to look nice at this point, and everything is fully textured now. I just want to thank you again for watching, and if you like this video and if you've been enjoying this series and what I've been putting out, then feel free to like this video and consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Anyways, thank you for watching and have yourself a wonderful day.